YouTube, the new mini box is here and it is top tier. Alright, we're going to go over the mini box and we'll decide whether it's top tier or not. So the first thing is Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. Once per battle phase, at the start of the battle phase, you detach one material from this card. All the face-up monsters you control have their effects negated and their attack become the original attack and defense. And if you do any of these during the battle phase of this turn, each time an opponent's card resolves, this game gains 1,000 attack until the end of the battle phase. Also can make a second attack during the turn. This card's okay. I don't think this card's that good. Because, not too many effects activate in the battle phase. This card could be good against Yubel because you can negate Ultimate Nightmare and then go in for like a lethal swing if you have like a bigger monster on the field with this. Other than that, this is kind of like iffy at best. I don't think you're really going to get to the battle phase, and I don't think the second effect is really going to come off because the second effect requires your opponent to activate a card during the battle phase. So like after you negate their stuff, they would have to have like activate a trap on some other monster so that way this thing can attack a second time. Like this isn't really going to happen. This card's something great. So with that being said, this card is okay. Next, we're getting Doom King Balderrock. Now, this card is really, really good, but Duel Links, it might be a bit slow. During the standby phase, if a face-up card is in the field zone, keep in mind, if you have like a Wasteland skill or a Field Spell skill, bang, you already have that, met that condition. If this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. In defense, you can only use the effect of Balderrock once per turn. Once per chain, when a zombie-type monster, except Balderrock, activates its effect. During the damage step, you can apply one of these effects, but you cannot apply the same effect per turn, again this turn. You can use both effects in the turn, but you can only, you know, do it that way. Okay, negate that effect, banish one monster on the field in a graveyard. Okay, so the main gimmick behind Balderrock is to have Zombie World out. Because Zombie World allows you to make both your opponent's monsters and itself your own zombies. So if you have Zombie World on the field, that's the best way to abuse this, rather than you having a field spell and then having to trigger another zombie. And if you have Zombie World on the field, then you can negate your opponent's stuff, and you can negate, I believe we do have a Zombie World skill, hold on. Let me check this out. I believe Bones has a skill that allows you to get to it, hold on. Hold on. Let me search it. Can I search Bones? Hold on. It's not gonna let me search by. Okay, here we go. I thought we had a Zombie World skill. I guess we don't. Okay. Oh no, well, okay, Posthumous Army might be the way to go then. Yeah, okay, so if you use Posthumous Army, this might help you out. You don't get we don't have a skill to get Zombie World, but you do have Posthumous Army. This allows you to make everything a zombie. So if you use this with Doom King Balderrock, all their monsters become zombies. I wonder if Vampire you can make this work, because Vampire, now you have Takeover. So if you use Takeover, they easily, like their inherent effects make them lose that restriction. So like their inherent effects make them trigger the Posthumous Army. Now you just have to get Balderrock in the graveyard. That's the question. Now I know people are going to say do Ugozuki or whatever, but that's like, gonna have to combo off with it. We're gonna have to cook. Might be something here with vampires. We're gonna have to see. You get vampires, you can get Balderrock in the graveyard, and then you're comboing off big time. And then Posthumous Army allows you to lose 1,000, make everything a zombie, and then you can use Balderrock's effects. And immediately make all your monsters interruption. So not needing the Zombie World, but they already have an inherent field spell that you can summon this with, and that is Vampire Kingdom. So we're gonna have to cook. Okay. Successor Soul. Tribute one effect monster, then target one effect monster your opponent controls, send it to the graveyard, then special summon a level 7 or higher normal monster from your deck. Now, you can only activate one Successor Soul per turn. You can only attack one monster during the turn you use this card. So what's very important about Successor Soul is this card is very, very good with the new skill. that we're getting, and I'm going to show you down here. It's called Battle Chronicle. So if you summon Chronicle, Magician, or a normal monster without tributing, the main thing here is that you can search Successor Soul whenever a Chronicle Sorceress or a level 7 or monster is summoned, which you can with the skill. And it's during the turn it's summoned, so this thing helps out big time with, this thing helps out big time. It's not like the DM skill where you have to have DM in the field, so if they remove it, then they can deal with it. Then you don't get the skill. This, you summon the monster and you immediately get the skill. So this search Successor Soul, and then, or a quick play spell with Dark Magician or Blue Eyes in the great card. Yeah. And then, right when you summon that level 7 monster, you add a Successor Soul or quick play spell that mentions Dark Magician or Blue Eyes in your deck to your hand. Then you send one monster from your graveyard to the extra deck that isn't an effect monster. So we'll have to see. I don't get the idea of setting one that's not an effect monster, but we'll see. Yeah, okay. Going on forward, we're going on more. Next we have, right, where is it? Okay, next we have Traded. So this card's going to be really good in Blue Eyes and in Galaxy Eyes. Basically, you discard a level 8 monster, you draw 2 cards. Simple. Discard your Galaxy Eyes and then draw 2 cards, or discard a Blue Eyes and draw 2 cards. So this will be good in both of those decks. You can work with Boulder Rock, but being the only target would be kind of weird. So you work more than not. Mizuki, banish this card for your graveyard. Target a zombie in your graveyard, special summon it. Again, I think this card's a little bit slow for Duel Links because you would have to set up Mizuki and then have a monster in the graveyard when most decks, its skills are already ahead of this. So, a little bit slow, I think, for Duel Links, but, it can be played if you want it to be. Galaxy Soldier. You send 1 light monster from your graveyard, special summon this, and if you do, add a Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. Now, what's really good about this is this was used in the TCG to make Cyber Dragon Infinity, both in Cosmo, and this was also because you could send like Slip Rider from the hand to the graveyard. And this card was also used in Cyber Dragons. This card's really good in Sidra because you can like discard this and then get another level 5 on the field, search a Galaxy Soldier, and then Galaxy Soldier summon itself, and then bang. This also takes a lot of resources to do that play as well, so keep that in mind because that's essentially 2 discards. We don't have Infinity in this game, but you can make V-Mana with this card. This card we'll see probably play in Galaxy Eyes because the skill is insane. And this, I think the skill restricts you into Galaxy monsters only. At least the Kite one does. I don't think the Mizar one does. Let me check. Yeah, you get special summon. Yeah, any monsters except Galaxy or Photon monsters with levels during the turn you activate this skill. Okay. So this doesn't even allow you... Oh, this skill is terrible then. This skill doesn't even allow you to... So maybe they're not... Maybe you're not even using this skill. Maybe you're just using the OG Galaxy skill, honestly. Because this doesn't even allow you to... This doesn't even allow you to exceed summon. Yeah, that's pretty terrible. Because it's with levels, not even with ranks. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, going on. Moving on. Next we have Unizombie. Okay, so target 1 face-up monster on the field. Increase its level by 1. Discard. You have to discard a card to use this. And then monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except zombies. Also, you send 1 zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. Okay. Yeah. So basically, target 1 face-up monster in the field. You could send 1 zombie to the graveyard and then increase this by 1. And you could also send 1 from the hand to the graveyard and increase this by 1. So you can use both effects if you want to. But keep in mind when you use this, zombies can't attack for the rest of the turn. Only if you send from deck, then they can't attack for the rest of the turn. If you send from hand, they can. But yeah, pretty good. We already have cards in the game that do things like this. We have Samurai Skull and Gozuki, but they're not the most relevant at the moment. They are in Vampires. We'll look at that though. Cyber Synchron. Once per turn, you can target one level 4 or lower monster. Increase it's by the original level to start. Just to keep in mind, Playmaker has a skill, so if you have a level 3, you can buff that to level 6. So 3, you increase it by 3, it's 6, and then this is 7, which makes this. Yeah. Also, this is in the graveyard, and a monster the EMC would be destroyed by battle or card effect. You can banish this card instead. Next, we're getting Cyber's Quantum Dragon. This takes a tuner and non-tuner. Generic. While you control a link monster, your opponent cannot target link monsters you control for attacks except this one. Also, your opponent cannot target cards you control with effects except for this one. Once per turn, this damage step battles the opponent's monster. You can return that monster to the end, and this can make a second attack. This is a good card to counter U-Bell. I think this card will be thrown in any synchro deck, honestly, if they want to out U-Bell. So, like, you could play this in Rose Dragon because it's the generic 7. And then if you play this in Rose Dragon, this becomes a level 7. And then you can go attack, and you can out both U-Bell and Kluger this way. Kluger will not float because it goes to the end. And this occurs at the start of the damage step, so you beat Kluger's burn damage. Check my battle phase video on this one. You beat Kluger's burn damage, and you also beat U-Bell the Ultimate Nightmare. Because this occurs at the start of the damage step, so you beat the end of the damage step where Nightmare would trigger. The monster is not marked for destruction by battle. And you also beat Kluger because Kluger doesn't burn you until before damage count. So that's very important. So very, very good. And you beat Neos Wiseman with this. Keep in mind this is only, oh no, this is battle, so this works vice versa. Yeah, U-Bell cannot out this. Shiranui Skill Saga Supremacy. This card is very good. This is going to be like Sprite Elf and Duel Links because of the card. I think this is going to push Shiranui into top tier contention. This takes 2+ zombie monsters. Synchro monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. Fire monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So this alone cannot be destroyed in battle. This can be destroyed by card effects, but Sun Saga, I'm going to tell you why. It's not going to even matter. Quick effect. You can target one of your banished zombie synchro monsters, special summon it to a zone that this card points to. So, basically, if you link summon into this is a 1-card combo, by the way. You go ahead and activate this on your opponent's turn, immediately reborn the Sun Saga, just like you would in Mayakashi. So, like I said, if you believe Mayakashi is top tier, then this is going to be top tier as well. You target one of your banished zombie synchros, special summon it, so the Shiranui Sun Saga gets banished. You activate the Sun Saga, you resummon it to Supremacy Zone. Then Sun Saga will trigger with the second part of the skill. Return the other Shiranui to the extra deck, and then pop a monster on the field. So immediately giving you 1-card access into Supremacy if the Spectral Sword works the way we think it does, and we'll only know that when the skill is fully tested. But in theory, this card should be a 1-card combo, and Supremacy should be absolutely bonkers. And when we're done with the video, when we're done going over the cards, I'll go over the skill. So I'll tell you everything. Next, we have Starly Seaford. Now, this card is so close to being so good in Rocket, but it's not. It's not going to be good in Rocket because we don't have Striker Dragon. If we had Striker Dragon, this card would be absolutely insane in Rocket. But because we don't have Striker Dragon, this card is not going to be insane. You could send one, in Rocket at least, you could send any amount of Dragon Monsters from face up from your hand or field to the graveyard, and 1 Dragon Monster from your deck to your hand whose level equals the total original monsters sent. Okay, so for example, if you send a 4, you add a 4. If you send 4 and 4, you can add an 8, or if you send an 8, you can add an 8. Okay, anything that equals up to the levels. You could also send a 2 and 2 and get a 4. So you get the idea. The main thing with this is this was played in Dragon Link. So in Dragon Link, what you would commonly do is you would use Seafort, activate the effect, add one of the little Chaos Dragons, which we do not have. We don't have Within Buster and Collapse Serpent. But you could also add Tracer with this because that's a 4. You send a 4 to add Tracer, right? So you would think in Duel Links, hey, we have Rockets. Why wouldn't you play this in Rockets? You send a dead Rocket, add Tracer. Well, the problem with playing this in Rocket is that you have to give up your normal summon for this. Now, in order to activate your skill, you have to have a Rocket on the field, and unless you open up Quick Launch, this card's going to be dead. This card is so close to being good. If you have access to Tracer, if we had Striker Dragon, this card would be insane. Because you would link off into Striker Dragon adds the Boot Sector launch, and then you add Boot Sector launch, and then you automatically have Tracer in hand. So you could send, like, you would be able to normal summon Sleeper, discard like a Magna Rocket, add a Tracer, link this off into Striker, get Boot Sector, and then keep going with your plays. But we do not have that, so this is irrelevant. I don't think this card's going to be that good in Rocket. I don't think so, because we just lack the tools for it to be. Galaxy Eyes, this will be interesting, because you could send, like, a certain amount of Dragons into Galaxy Eyes, but I don't know how relevant it's going to be. We'll see. But this card has a lot of future potential. Like, if we get Striker Dragon in the future, this card will be insane. Next, we're getting Nebula Dragon. This card is very interesting. Basically, reveal this card and one other level 8 dragon in your hand. Special summon Bolt in defense. So, okay. So, immediately, this can summon Galaxy Eyes and create sort of like a 2-card Exceed summon. Or a 1-card Exceed, depending on how you feel. But negate their effects. Also, you cannot normal summon or special summon monsters except light or dark, which is fine because everything in Galaxy is light. You banish this card from your graveyard, then target one level 4 or lower light or dark dragon in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So this card is very, very good in Galaxy Eyes, I feel, because if you special summon both of these and then Exceed into a Galaxy and then manage to get this in the graveyard, this could add like your Cloud Dragon back to your hand. Oh no, it has to be a level 4. Okay, so this thing could like only add like Seaford back or something like that. Or yeah, yeah, I don't know how relevant the second effect is gonna be, but we'll see. Yeah. Other than that, this card is solid. It's solid. Allows you to get Exceed summoning going really quickly. Alright. This card is a meme and a half. It's good, but it's a meme and a half because... Alright. A long time ago, children, we had this card leaked in Duel Links. I remember the specific box because this is where everyone thought Galaxy Eyes was going to be tier 0. This card was coming, and this was going to make Galaxy Eyes beyond meta. We already have Photon Lord, so everyone get prepared. Hyper Galaxy was coming, and this card was going to make Galaxy Eyes insane. And guess what? It never came, and now it's finally coming. Alright. Basically, you tribute one monster with 2,000 or more attack, except for Photon Dragon, and then target one monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack, tribute it, and if you do summon a Photon out of the deck. This card is really good because, obviously, if you summon a Galaxy Eyes on the field and you have this, you immediately out your opponent's Bojangles, you know? Like, if you go on your opponent's turn, this tributes their monster. Now, this is very important. Because this tributes the monster, it is, first of all, this does not affect the opponent. This is not like a Herald of the Abyss scenario, because you target the monster, they don't choose. So, like, Lance will stop this. Just, that's more PSCT that you need to know. But the funny thing, the good thing about this is this tributes the opponent's monster. So, a lot of things that would, you know, be protected by battle or whatever not, I mean, destruction, that will get around. Now, there are things that you also need to know, and it gets a little bit weird, is that, unfortunately, it won't out like a Leo Dancer, because you have to target it first and tribute it, which is a little bit off-key, but other than that, this is really good. This just outs your opponent's big beat sticks, and it's very, very good at doing that. So, yeah, Hyper Galaxy is definitely a good card, for sure. Good card, outs your opponent's stuff on the turn, but I think it's good enough now. It's not going to be super duper broken in Duel Links, but it's good enough. It's definitely good. Now, on to our rares. Star Leash Photon Blast Dragon. 2 level 4s. If this card is Succeed Summon, you can special summon a Photon monster from your hand. Okay. Okay. While this card is Succeed Summon on the field, monsters on the field, your opponent cannot target monsters with 2,000 or more with card effects. Okay, this card might be interesting, depending on how easy it is to get on the field, because that means that your big galaxy eyes cannot be targeted while this thing is on the field. Also, they cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Quick effect, you can detach one Meteorologist card, target one of your galaxy eyes. That is banished any graveyard, special summon it. Okay. This card's actually pretty okay. Because depending on how consistent it is to get this thing on the field, and I say this because you need a lot of level 4 lights and darks, so you need kind of a combination of things to summon this. Yeah, it's not hard to summon. So, I mean, depending on how hard it is to summon, that will determine how good it is. You can summon this with like Galaxy Wizard. That's a way to get it out. But other than that, level 4 Galaxy Eyes is not really common in Galaxy Eyes. Unless you're playing both Wizard and Safer. We'll have to see, but it might be a little bit hard to summon. That's kind of the thing. Unless you're going back to running the old Photons. Maybe you go back to running like all the old Photons. We'll have to see. That might be the way to do this. Yeah. Anyway, moving forward. Photon Change. Send this card to the graveyard during the second standby phase. After activation, you can only use the following effects of blah blah blah. Once returned, send one Galaxy monster you control to the graveyard to activate one of these effects. Or if you send Photon Dragon, you can use both. Especially with a Photon with your deck, that would the original name and with Photon. This card is a little bit too slow, honestly. Ravaged. Okay. This allows you banish this card from the field or graveyard. So you have this on the field or graveyard. You can activate Zombie World directly from your deck. Again, using this, I think in combo directly with Boulder Rock is going to be a bit slow. You're probably going to use Bottom's Army to do it, and then just have a field spell on the field. This might be a bit slow. We'll see. But basically, you can banish this card from field or grave to activate Zombie World from the deck. Zombie Necronize. If a level 5 or higher zombies on the field, target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it to the end phase. I wonder if Shira's gonna abuse this. Because, like, it's very easy for them to meet that condition. It's a really strong going second card in some cases. But then this card's like Palate or like Omega that, well, I mean, they're gonna make Dweller on Shira though. Take control of it to the end phase. During the main phase, hit this card as in your graveyard. You shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters in the deck, and if you do set this card, banish it when it leaves the field. As powerful as this seems to be, like a free-to-play mind control almost, the problem with it is I have to look more into this card. This card's interesting. This card's got me intrigued. Because Shira can bump out a monster for free, but the problem is, like, Dweller, then you're not going to really be able to use this. Yeah, I don't know how good this card's going to be. It's interesting, but we'll have to see. Alright. Return to the zombies. Banish one zombie monster in the field and special summon one zombie monster from the graveyard of the player who controlled it. Okay. Interesting. To the field in defense position with this card in your graveyard, shuffle one banished zombie monster in the deck, and if you do set this card. Huh. I don't think this card's that great. Oh, we're getting Shinobi Necro. Okay, this card is actually quite interesting. If another zombie monster is special summon from your graveyard while you control this monster, you can draw one card. So if you use, like, the funny thing with this card is, like, if you use Shiranui, right? I don't think they're gonna play it, but you can. Like, if you use this, and let's say you pitch Solitaire, right, to the graveyard, or Squire, add a Shira, you normal this, and then you Synchro, then you get to draw a card. Oh no, it has to be from the graveyard, never mind. That would be from the extra, so you wouldn't be able to draw. Ignore what I just said. If this card is banished to activate an effect in the graveyard, you can special summon this. Again, I don't know. In Duel Links, this card's not going to be that crazy. Master Duelist cards commonly used in piles because you banish this like Fairy Tale Snow and then resummon it for free. Yeah. Next, we're getting Cyber's Integrator. Level 3, this card is synchro summon. You can special summon a Cyber's tuner from your hand or graveyard in defense, but you cannot special summon except for the rest of the Cybers. If this card is synchro summon and sent to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So this is a free card as well. Cyber Synchron, blah blah blah. This is a soft once per turn. Okay, so the level modulation is a soft once per turn. Okay, so maybe there's a combo in here where they want you to go into this first. And you go into this, you draw your card, you resummon this thing, and then you make this a 6 and go into Quantum after drawing. Interesting. Okay. And it does lock you into Cybers. So you have to go into this. Because I think this is the only Cyber Synchro we have. Alright. Oh, Wicked. This card is used very commonly in Ignister. So basically, this link summon monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect. Cyber's monsters cannot be destroyed by card effect that this points to if a special summon. If a monster is special summoned to a card this points to while you control this monster, you can banish one Cyber's monster from your graveyard and add a Cyber's tuner from your deck to your hand. So you basically special summon this to the zone, banish one, and then you can get your Cyber Synchron. Galaxy Satellite Dragon. During the battle phase, you can banish this card from your field or graveyard and target one number monster whose original attack or light dragon until the end of the battle phase. Its attack becomes the value of its number times 100. And any battle damage your opponent takes is hit. Wait a minute. What? So wait, if you banish that, it becomes 10,700 attack? Because you times it by 100? Wait a minute. Wait, this card's hilarious. But it doesn't even matter. Like, you could have that damage. You still have lethal damage over through a lot of stuff. That's hilarious. Holy crap. During your opponent's end phase, you can choose one card and place it on the top of your deck. This card's hilarious. I don't know if it's going to be relevant, but I can see somebody getting sacked the hell out of by this card just because they don't read it. That's funny. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay. Jack-o'-Bolin. You can discard one zombie, special summon this card from your hand during your opponent's main phase. You can target one zombie in your graveyard, special summon that monster, but banish it when it leaves the field. So this is a quick way to get that on the field. Interesting. You could discard like Wall the Rock, resummon it without needing the field, but you kind of want. Interesting. Algul Mazera. If a zombie monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you banish this from your hand or graveyard instead. If this card is banished from your hand or graveyard, you could special summon this, but decrease its level by 1. Okay. Oh. This takes a lot of setup, though. Okay. Interesting. Zombie Reborn. Target one zombie in either player's graveyard. Banish one monster with the same name for your deck or extra deck. And if you do, special summon that targeted zombie. Okay. You can special one of banish zombies in your deck if you do set this card with banish them and leaves the field. You could run this in vampires if you wanted to. But vampires already do it themselves, so there's like no point. You're just playing another brick in the deck. But yeah, other than that, I don't think this card is that great. I'm trying to think, would you play this in? No, you wouldn't even play this in my Akashi, I don't think. No, because you just have so much stuff that doesn't feel ready. Alright. Level 3 Dark Synchro. Shaughnessy and Samsara Sorrow Cat. Okay. A level 3 Zombie Synchro. Once per chain during your opponent's main or phase, you can synchro summon using this card you control. Okay. This card is in your graveyard. You can target one other synchro monster in your graveyard, return to the extra deck if you do special summon this, but banish it when it leaves the field. Yeah, I don't think this card's that... Ooh. No, I don't think this card's that great. I think it takes a lot of setting up to really get it going. Alright. Slime Toad. Has slime with the head of a frog, but it attacks by croaking terribly. What? Okay. Heliosphere Dragon. While your opponent has 4 less cards at the end of this card's the only monster you control, your opponent cannot declare an attack. Okay, so they just destroy it and then it's over, right? Once returned, if you control level 8 dragon, you can make this card become level 8. I can't wait for people like... I mean, I guess you could summon this like if you have a Galaxy Eyes and then make it 8, but okay. Dino Sowing. Cannot be destroyed in battle. This card is targeted for attack. This card gains 1,000 attack and defense after damage calc. Okay. It is attacked after damage calc. The attack and defense it gains becomes 0. Okay. Yeah, no, this card is dog doo-doo. Okay. Shiranui Style Samsara. Okay, so you can add this skill. This card becomes, since it's this, when it's in Spawn Trap Zone. Oh, crap. So now you can use the, you get the extra effect of, Spectral Sword Shade. I think Shade gets summoned 3 when you have, like, Synthesis. No. There's something that works with Synthesis. I think it might be Solitaire. Hold on. Yeah, you could... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you have this. It makes Solitaire now summon 2 instead of, like, 1. This card becomes Synthesis while it's in the Spawn Trap Zone. Once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. Banish a zombie monster. You take no damage in this turn, even if it leaves the field. Target 2 of your banished zombie monsters with 0 defense. Shuffle them both in the deck. Draw a card. I don't think this is really worth searching on the skill, but you could technically use this. Next, we're getting Shiranui Style. What's this? Catch Eye level 2. This card is in your hand. Target 1 level 3 or higher monster reduces by 2. Special summon it. Oh, so use this. Oh, I see. So they want you to use this. Okay. With the Cyber Synchron, maybe? Okay. Shiranui Style Success. Special summon 1 zombie from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 zombie you control. That monster is unaffected by card effects this turn except its own. Okay. So if you search this, you can make Sun Saga pretty much unaffected by anything. Interesting. I don't know if this is really worth playing, even though the skill can search it, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I don't think it's really worth playing. I think you'd rather have a disruption, but okay. Snowman effect. Target 1 face-up monster you control. It gains attack equal to the combined original attack of other monsters you control. It cannot attack directly this turn. Okay, not bad. Not terrible, but interesting. Not terrible. This card gets sack someone. Like if you swing over like a lower attack monster and then they activate this and then they think like, I can just imagine this in like Mayakashi. This card would be funny to like play in Mayakashi because if you activate this and they leave like a Daki and attack and you have like a link through, if you have like a Yukihon on the field plus like another Maya, and then suddenly like Daki becomes like 6,000 attack and they attack too, and then they die. It's kind of it's a meme, but it's funny. Reversible Beetle. Flip. Shuffle this card, any monsters in its column into the decks. Oh my gosh. If this is normal or special summon, change this card in any monster's columns to face down defense. That's funny. Eternal Bond. Target any photon monsters in your graveyard, special summon them, but their effects are negated. During your main phase, you can banish this card. From your graveyard, then target one photon monster your opponent controls. Take control of it, and if you do, its act the rest of the turn becomes the original tech of all photon monsters you currently control. Huh. Yeah, this is kind of weird in the mirror, but okay. Not really great, in my opinion. Necro Equip Prism. Target one level 4 or lower monster. Your graveyard special summon monster with your hand. When equal lower level than it, and equip the target. So the card is special summon monster. Yeah, this card's not that good. Alright, Radiant Voirescence. When this is normal summon, your opponent controls the monster. You can discard one card, send it. Any amount of Radiant Voirescence to the depth of the graveyard. Okay, this card's not good. Mad Mauler, Zombie Tuner. This card guy looks like It from freaking Stephen King movies. It becomes Plague Spreader Zombie while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Its cards in your graveyard, you can target one level 6 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 2. Special summon this card, and the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters except for zombies. Okay, so you basically, I mean, I don't think people are going to play this in Shira anyway, but you could play it technically if you wanted to. Like, you summon a Samurai Skull, send this to the graveyard. Nah, you wouldn't. This card's pretty bad. It's too slow. Haunted Zombie. Banish one zombie from either player's graveyard. Special summon 2 haunted tokens. 0 attack. Has the same level as the banished monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle a banish, set this card. Okay. I don't think this is the most exciting box we've gotten. I think that, the only deck that really strikes to me with immediate meta potential, we had to look more into that Dark Magician skill. That's a little bit more interesting. We're also getting an anniversary skill with different arts of cards. But we're getting a Felgram bundle too. That's actually really cool. Alright, let's talk about this. I don't think this box is super duper meta changing. I think that the main thing that you have to recognize out of this box is that Shira is the one thing that I think has potential to be meta. Like a good tier 2 above deck, I think it's gonna be good. I think Shiranui has a chance to be meta. I definitely do. The rest of it kind of feels like a whole mishmash. A Galaxy's interesting, but like from what I'm looking at, unless I'm totally missing something, they kind of screwed over Galaxy in the way that they really didn't give them a way to like still have a turn 1, right? That's gonna be its main downfall. I still think like them not having like Photon Lord or any way to really make a turn 1 is still gonna be a problem for them. Which is going to keep them kind of out of like what's going to be the meta and blah 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 blah. With that, I think overall though, I think the one thing I will say is that like I said, Shiranui is going to be the big star of this box in my opinion. Galaxy might be a good coggable deck. It may be a rogue deck. We'll have to see. I don't think it's top tier, but maybe I'm wrong. Boulder Rock with vampires is something I would like to test out. That would be something interesting, but again, I don't think that's going to be top tier either. We'll have to see. I still think though, the one thing that I want to look at more than anything else, another thing I want to look at too, I want to also see the Chronicle Sorceress and the Chronicle Magician. That's also something. That skill I don't know too much about. I want to see where that's going to kind of go. Maybe that has a shot to be really good. Maybe I haven't seen that. I haven't seen enough of it. But I think the one thing, the star of this deck with box would probably be Shiranui. And that's really because of the link. when I look at this box, I don't know about Successor Soul, because I think you would probably play 3 of this. I don't know. I have to know about the Chronicle deck enough to really look and see how much we want to play of this. But right away, I can tell you can probably go through this box twice, and you're chilling. Well, Hyper Galaxy might be the only thing you want through F3 of a Galaxy Soldier. If you really want to play like Hyper Galaxy and Galaxy Soldier, then you probably want 3 of these. Maybe you can get lucky and pick them one up with like the SR deals. Synthesis is great at 2. I don't think Skill Saga is really good at 2. I don't think you need really more than 2 of this. Trade-in is like a 2 of or 3 of, but this card can get bricky at 3 of, so I think you may only play 2 of it, honestly, and you'd probably be fine with that too. So, yeah, I think overall, I think this box, to me, doesn't seem amazing. I think it's honestly, it's very skippable for those who don't want to go into the box, feel that, they've invested too much into it. Yeah. I think, like, even for Shira, like, if you want to go through this, like, once and you have, like, all the Shira Nui stuff and just get Skill Saga, I think that's fine, too. Like, I think you're completely fine on that front. But, yeah, that's going to be it for my box review. Right away, I would give this box about a 6.5, 7 out of 10. I don't think this box is super meta. I think it's decent, but until next time, look out. The only thing, like I said, go back into this is Shiranui's Skill Saga. This is going to be top tier. I'm going to tell you right away. I still think Shira's going to be top tier. We didn't get the Broken Trap, but we still have a lot of things you can do. Like turn 1, this could be just as good as something like Constellar, where you're going turn 1 and you're doing a 1-card combo that ends on this, and then you end up setting like, I don't know, like 3 back row and then still winning the game because you have 3 disruptions turn 1. So kind of like live twin without the draw. So, I think that Shirinu, we definitely have a chance. But, okay, until next time, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Help me get to 1,000 subs. Yeah, and until next time, it's your boy Sean Matrai, signing out. Bye, YouTube. Bye.